Hi, and welcome to Paper Route Scrapbooking. I'm Nadine, and today I'm participating in 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, Series 16. Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today we are working with sketch 13. This sketch is by Janet Fritz of Galaxy Girl Creations here on YouTube. So if you haven't seen that already, go check that out. And if you're here from Christy's playlist, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. And this is our sketch for today. So let's get started. So I prepped my sketches at the retreat. So this is another one that I got done while I was there. I'm starting to run out of the ones that I got done when I was there though. So we're gonna see how that goes. Oh, my printer's talking to me. Okay. So we got all these photos on here, which I'm really excited about. So I did mine in a little bit of a, didn't follow the exact photos that she had, but same kind of idea. So it looked like she had a 4x6 photo here and a couple of 3x4s here, and I did 2 4x6 photos. And then it looked like a couple of 3x4 vertical photos, but I didn't have that. So I just went with like a row of what I had. And mine spread out that way further over here. So that didn't leave a whole lot of, so she has like a little embellishment cluster up here. We're still gonna do one, but it's gonna be just smaller. So that's good. And then on this side, she had a 4x6 photo. I did this similar thing, 2 3x4s. Yep, I did that too. And then it looked like another one and some 3x4s. Now I'm not sure about the size because I think if I did that, it wouldn't quite measure up that way. So maybe they're smaller than I thought they were. But anyway, so I did mine this way, and then I have a little bit of room for my journaling here. And then she has her title at the bottom, and I did mine kind of across this way. So, and then she has some embellishing down here. I'm gonna also do some embellishing down here. So we're gonna have a little bit of embellishing here and a little bit here. In terms of following the sketch, I started with the base of this, like, it's like a cream cardstock, and then I went with, this kind of looks more mixed media-ish, but I just used patterned paper. So I used a patterned paper to go all the way to the bottom here, and then this, where it looks kind of like a ribbon, I did a patterned paper all the way across, and then another one underneath. Where this like blue one is, where she has her tag and her name here. So I did that across here, and then she had like what looks like kind of a painted line across the top, and I did a patterned paper across the top. The paper that I'm using today is it's a really old paper from Close to My Heart. I don't even know if there's a date on here. I don't see one anywhere. Anyway, it's a paper packet called Lucky. Kind of a thinner paper, so I think that it's quite old, and it didn't have like a branding strip. So this was like the main paper from that collection if you're looking for it. And then this is one of the other papers from it, so just to give you an idea of what that was like. And then I pulled in this Bo Bunny paper from a camping collection just to give it that military vibe. This one's from 2000. Goodness, words are hard. Sorry. 2010. And it is from Roughin' It collection. So that is where I got my papers from. And then my letters are from a basic gray sticker sheet. Pull it out without knocking everything over. This one, and it is Motifica. And yeah, so that's where those are from. And when I put them down, I noticed that they weren't quite sticking out as much as I wanted them to, so I went around them with this Zig Zigzaggrator in chocolate. And that is where we are at with the beautiful sketch from Janet. So in terms of embellishments, I do have a few that came with. Well, let's start with journaling. So I did type up some journaling. It goes this way, okay. That should fit. Now, I have not been doing a great job with the measurements lately. I don't know if it's me, because it could be, or if it's my computer talking to my printer, but for some reason my text boxes have not been measuring up the way I want them to. So there is my printed journaling, and it just talks about the history of this museum. I was quite fascinated that this museum had been around since the 1800s, because that's not typical of Canada. I don't know if you find that in the US as well, but I know when I was in Europe, they would call something new if it was built in the 1900s, and I was like, wow, okay. So like, for example, we asked about this cathedral, and they said that it was a new cathedral because it was built in 1910. I was like, man, if something's built in 1910 where I come from, it's old. It's old. So yeah, anyway, different perspectives, I suppose. But this particular museum had been around since 1880, which I thought was really interesting, because we don't see, definitely in the West, we don't see that often. Eastern Canada, I guess, more. So this was in Ontario, in Ottawa. Yeah. And then I gave a little bit of the history of the actual museum, and look, now I cut basically onto my lettering. Anyway, you can still read it, it's fine. And then I talked about how I loved watching my son, who at the time was in the military, and I loved watching him share his passion with his little brother. So it was quite cute to watch him go around, and here you can see them, and here you can see them. He's telling him stories about things that he's done and tried and practiced, and about how, here he's talking about how things work. He was a weapons tech for the Canadian Armed Forces for a while, and before that he was in the Armored Division of the Reserves, Canadian Reserves, while he finished his schooling. So yeah, so this is an old trip that we took in 2018, and we had flown into Ottawa because that's where my son was stationed at the time, was just about an hour out of Ottawa. And so we'd flown in there, and it was Canada Day, so we were going to go to Canada Day. I think I'm going to mount this on something. We were going to go to Canada Day festivities at the Parliament building, but it was 45 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I would have to look it up. But it was really, really hot. And we had, my grandson was like not even a month old. He was just newborn. So we were like, I don't feel like that's safe for a newborn baby to be outside. I mean, I didn't feel like it was safe for me. I didn't feel like it was safe for good old grandma either. I was not feeling like I wanted to be outside, but I would have done it if it was just us and the kids. Like, because they're all adult age. I think Aiden would have been, what year was this, 2018? So yeah, he would have been like 16. So we would have been fine. But with the newborn, I was like, I don't think this is a good idea. So we went, and this museum was nearby, and we were like, well, we'll go in the morning and check it out, and if things seem okay, then we'll go. But we even had trouble just walking from the parking lot into the museum with the heat and keeping the baby shaded and comfortable. So we were like, nope, not doing it. So, but the museum was very cool. So that was the only thing we ended up doing in Ottawa. We ended up going back to the house, staying in the air conditioning, and then going out at night after it was dark for the fireworks in the town where they lived. So, but yeah, so it just talks about the museum itself and its history, and then about how it was cute watching them. Yeah, see, as soon as I put it on something, it doesn't fit. I guess maybe that's my problem, is I'm not taking into consideration that I want to back it on something. Okay, so we've got the journaling on there, and then we'll get a few embellishments. So for embellishments, I have this little, these are the sticker sheets that came with this Close to My Heart collection. I feel like these are too big. I could probably use some of these tickets and these circles and these stars. I feel like we already did the strips, so we probably won't use those. I don't know about these. This doesn't really go with my thing, my layout. Maybe buttons, perhaps. Yeah, maybe some of these could go. These were also in that, like, I just throw things in bags when they're like not matching with, like, to go with things when I don't know. I could use maybe some of that. This was already in there too. This is close to my heart. Outdoor Denim Mini Medley. So it's got some buttons, brads, medals, and ribbon. What else do we have here? Oh, and I grabbed my box of medals because I thought military made me think of, especially like the equipment and stuff, made me think metal. So I grabbed that, and I also grabbed these little stars for finishing touches. So let's see what we can do, okay? So let's start with these. I think these tickets would be some good, and these circles would be some good cluster bases for the amount of space that we have. So let's start with those. I'm thinking, like, because there's orange down here, I'm thinking we could bring some orange up here with one of these. I'm inking today with the Vintage Photo Distress ink. Do you see a theme? I kind of have like two colors, you know. So, you know what? If I leave this one with a little bit of the top showing, then maybe I can stamp my date up there. What do you think? Let's do that. I'm just going to make sure there's, I'm going to do it with the Vintage Photo. There we go. And then maybe I'll put 2 tickets up there. And I mean, I think tickets can go on anything, but I especially like them when we're at like a place where you have to buy a ticket to get in, you know, pay for admission kind of a thing. I always think it matches the theme better. So there we go. And then I feel like this blue one can go down at the bottom here somewhere. Just won't really commit yet. And then maybe one of these. Circle down here. There we go. I'm going to leave the stars for a second. Let's see what else we have. We also have I like this one that says times like these, and I think I might put that right under my journaling because the end paragraph talks about how I liked watching the kids interact with each other, so I think that goes really nicely there. And then Life's Journey. And maybe Memories somewhere. I think it could probably go there somewhere. And then I kind of like the idea of these little arrows with maybe a brad in them, because we have these brads from the Mini Medleys. Is that what they're called? Yeah. Mini Medleys pack. So what if I did like, it's not straight. Sorry if I'm, there we go. what if I put something like that? And then, should I ink them? Do I like them better like that? Yeah, actually I do. Okay. So that means I have to pull up the other one. So I can ink it a little. And then I'll probably put one over here too. There we go. That connects that with my story. We'll do the brads at the end. Okay, so that's something from that sticker sheet, something from this sticker sheet. Now, do I want these stars as well? I might just want a little cluster of stars together instead of like spreading them around like that. Okay, so that's all I'm going to use from that sheet. Just get some ink on those and put them in a little cluster over here. And what about these chipboard pieces that I pulled? Is there anything? Little bro. Big bro, little bro. Yeah, but the green is different and I don't really like that, and so is the blue. It's almost like bringing in a different color, so I think I'm going to leave those out. I do want these, but I think I'm going to leave them to the end. What about my metal stuff? I do like the idea of adding some gears in here. And I have a bunch here. I also would like to get some of these on if I can. These are one of those things that I keep pulling out and thinking, I've had these for a really long time. Can we get these on somewhere? So let's do that. I think I can probably get a few in each, on each side. So I think that's good. Oh, maybe not that one. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, anything else from here? Maybe this brad that says family, we could put that on there. Okay, and these are, I only have 2 of the gold ones. Do I want to use those ones up and leave the silver? So let's do that. Okay. Okay, set that back aside. All right, so I'm going to pause the camera here. I'm going to add the metals, and then I'll pop back in and we'll add those wood veneer stars together. Okay, hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, so I got on my gears up here. I put the brads in, and then I got those little square pieces on here. And what else? Oh yeah, and then I decided I needed something up in this space here because it was looking a little bare. So I just took one of those framed pieces and put some patterned paper in there, and then the brads that came with, and then just put it there, and that's about it. Put some little brads in with those stars because there looked like there was a little dot in the middle, so I thought that maybe was what it was for. I used glue dots to adhere my gears, and I think that's it. So I'm just going to add some of these little stars. I thought maybe I would put a star here, just as a little something to put in that frame. But I could leave it as it is. I'll just maybe see how I like it. Put one in there and see how I like it. Leave it there for a minute, see if I enjoy it. And then I was going to put these little teeny ones with my gears. So that was kind of my idea, was like this. And then, I don't know if you can hear my family, but I have family home for the weekend, so it's not as quiet here as it usually is, and that's okay. They're all occupied right now, so I thought I would pop in and record a video. So, there we go. One in each, one with each. So just, that's kind of my idea right there. Does that make sense? So that's where I'm going with that. So let's see, I'm just going to put a little, oops, let me throw it on the table first, and then I'll put a little dot of glue in each spot, and then I'll just set that star on there. So how's everybody enjoying 30 Days of Sketches? Are we having fun? I am always inspired by this series, but I'm ultra excited about this one because it's motivating me to do something that was on my to-do list for such a long time now, which is these pre-printed photos from before I got my photo printer, because they were all in 4x6. I knew a lot of them were going to be needing a double page spread, and that's just not something that I typically do. And so I'd been really putting it off. So this was the perfect motivation to get that done, because somebody was helping with the design part of it, which was awesome. And then also wanting to like make these videos and wanting to put some content out there with it, that just made it all the much more motivating. So I'm really excited about that. And I'll be super happy to get these albums finished too. Like, I don't know if you watched my first video, but emptying out those envelopes from that box of pictures where all the 4x6s were that I had printed before I got my photo printer means that those albums will also be able to be finished. So that's really exciting. And I'm looking forward to doing my layout share at the end of the month. So, okay. So I think that is it for my layout for today. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. I love hearing from you guys. And if you haven't already, please go check out Christy's YouTube channel and her Facebook group, where she has all of the sketches posted in the albums. And thank you very much, Christy, for all of the hard work that you do to put on this series. Okay, I think that's it. Have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.